CSGO cases have caught all investors' eyes recently. With prices taking off to heights we've never seen before, we've recently seen them take a bit of a dive down and flatten out for the time being. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what the future looks like for CSGO investing, specifically with cases, and why we're at the point we're at right now. So as always, just before we get into it, be sure to subscribe if you do enjoy this video and want to see more CSGO investing content, and check out my sponsor for this video, Skimport. Skimport has 170,000 plus skins on their site, so you can find anything you want, and those skins are usually from 20 to 30% off of Steam market price. Looking to stock up on breakout cases? You can get them for $1.96 on Skimport compared to the $2.65 they are on the Steam market, so over 25% off. And of course, there's no hidden fees or anything like that when you buy. It's always the number on your screen, whether for buying or selling. And if you are looking to sell skins for real money, they only have a 12% selling fee for items under $1,000, and that drops off to a 6% selling fee on items over $1,000. And finally, they're a completely safe and trustworthy site with a 4.9 rating on Trustpilot. So be sure to sign up with that link in the description today. Helps me out a lot, and of course helps you save a ton of money. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first of all, let's kind of measure out where cases are at right now. Thankfully, just today, a new graph showing the total number of cases unboxed for the month of August just got released, and it's some pretty low numbers. Only 18.5 million cases opened for the month. Compared to the past few months, that number has been dropping off pretty consistently, down from nearly 26 million opened in May, which of course corresponds pretty well with the player count that was doing well based off COVID and Operation Broken Fang. So of course, less players playing the game, less cases opened, pretty simple to understand. So let's look at some cases specifically. The clutch case is an interesting one as it's actually the most open case this month, so let's take a look at it. Despite being the most open case once again, it's still down quite a bit from 24 cents it was at the beginning of the month, dipping to a low of 15 cents and now recovering to about 20. Keep in mind that we saw it hit a peak of 40 cents during the first week of June this year, so what's the reason for it dropping now until this point where it just started recovering? Well, first of all, we have to keep in mind that the clutch case still is an active drop, so there is a ton of them coming into supply, but at the same time, a bit of the trend is definitely based off players leaving. If we compare the trend of the clutch case to the Spectrum case, we still see the same peak in early June, and then it dies down a bit back to sitting stagnant for the time being. We also see this happening with breakout cases, pretty much an identical trend as Spectrum cases. Peaks in early June, dip back down shortly after it as they were too hyped and overpriced, and now they sit fairly stagnant, but potentially look like they're starting to increase in price again a bit, which is why I made this video today, as cases kinda look like they're coming back to life. It looks like cases have currently reached a stagnant point where either they're going to sit flat for a while or slowly start to increase as investors from the earlier hype in June, July, some of the earlier summer months, and a bit during the operation are still holding on to them, and they keep getting lower in supply with hundreds of thousands of each case being opened per month. Even though it's a less amount than previous months, we're seeing that the cases can still hold their ground at this point, which is part of the reason why I think cases are going to reach new heights. As I genuinely think I've said in my past 10 videos at least, we are going to have much more players coming around when the major and operation shortly after happens, which of course, as we've seen by the trends of these cases during times where we have spiked player counts, and with an increase of case investing in general, this should cause an increase in case prices. But be warned, if you are thinking of buying a clutch case or any case in the active drop pool really as an investment, I would highly recommend against it as there's simply just too much coming into supply and they will not go up in price forever, if at all. So the only reason I think clutch cases reached the 40-cent price they did was because during the peak times, there was 3.3 million of them being unboxed in the month of June when they peaked. and that slowly slipped off to 3.1 million in July, and then a really significant decrease in August to 2.5 million. So Hype seems to be dying down for the clutch case, and with tons of people receiving them as drops and hundreds of thousands of less people opening them each month now, investing in them just isn't a smart idea and never really was, honestly. So with all the new players that should be coming into CSGO in the upcoming months, I didn't want you guys to think that I'm completely ignoring cases as an investment, as I think they're still great, but I just really haven't talked about them specifically. So I feel like this video covers the bases on my thoughts about them. It's pretty similar to my thoughts on operation skins, play skins, etc., all that good stuff, but I just think now is a great time for buying for pretty much any option in CS, unless it's either a new case that's in the active drop pool, or a skin or knife that's in one of those cases, but that's not really a big deal as there's much more older skins than there is newer ones, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But overall, as I always have to say in these videos, this is just my own advice when it comes to CSGO investing. As somebody that's been in the market for over 6 years now, I am only one man and not a fortune teller, so take this advice as you will, and no investment is guaranteed profits, so just keep in mind that there is always risk, but being patient will help you out a lot. But besides all that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and check out some of my other investing videos. And of course, check out Skimport to begin investing today for a reasonable price, and turn your investments into real money easily. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.